Last night, Federal Treasurer Joe Hockey laid down his first budget. It's a tough budget, with all Australians told to bear the burden. He advised that the economy is growing at less than normal speed, and the time to fix the budget is now. So for families, there's a focus on healthcare and education. For high-income earners, a new tax just for them. And for pensioners, new eligibility rules. For the rest of us, a little bit of extra super. So at JBS, we've put together the 5 top areas of focus in this year's budget. Firstly, high-income earners levy. A 2% levy will apply to those earning income above $180,000. This impost is for 3 years only, from the 1st of July 2014 to 30th of June 2017, and means that for those earning above $180,000, we will pay the extra 2% levy on all income in excess of that. The second area is healthcare, and it will cost more. From the 1st of July 2015, previously bulk billed patients can expect a charge of $7 per visit towards the cost of standard GP consultations, out of hospital pathology and imaging services. For concessional patients and children under the age of 16, the contribution will be limited to the first 10 visits each calendar year. The Medicare levy will increase from the 1st of July 2014 to fund the disability care, which was announced in last year's budget. Higher education. There's good and bad points. On one hand, the government has announced that it will deregulate the higher education sector, and from the 1st of January 2016 will allow higher education providers in Australia to set their own tuition fees. This is likely to increase the cost of education in Australia. The government will continue to provide students a way to defer costs of study through HELP, and graduates will begin to repay the debt only once their income reaches in excess of $50,000, and that's from the 1st of July 2016. On the other hand, from the 1st of July 2014, a tertiary loan system will be extended to TAFE students who will have access to 4-year concessional trade support loans to help them complete their trade courses. The fourth area that we're focusing on is business gains and losses. So the government remains committed to cutting the company tax rate by 1.5% from the 1st of July 2015. For large companies, this will offset the cost of the government's paid parental leave scheme. For the small to medium enterprises, it will boost profits, or potentially provide a boost to profits. The government has also reinforced its promise to repeal the MRRT and carbon tax. So in addition, the government has introduced an exploration development incentive to encourage investment into small exploration companies and undertaking greenfield mineral explorations in Australia. There's also a focus on pensions. So pension payments will have the assets and income test thresholds frozen for 3 years from the 1st of July 2017. The government will index pensions to inflation rather than wages from September 2017, and this is expected to reduce pension increases over the longer term. The pension age will be increased to age 70 by the 1st of July 2035, building on the former government's move to increase the pension age to 67 by July 2023. As workers, we will be contributing more to super. The super guarantee will increase from the 1st of July 2014 to 9.5%. It will then remain frozen for 4 years, after which it will increase 0.5% a year until it reaches 12% in July 2022. The government has acknowledged that for older Australians to find jobs, there needs to be a cultural change towards them. They are offering up to $10,000 to businesses that employ Australians aged over 50 years who have been on unemployment or disability benefits for more than 6 months. So, in summary, I'd like to stress that these announcements are just that. They are announcements and still have to be legislated. However, what is clear is that it's now more than ever important to plan ahead. So if you'd like more information, please give JBS a call to catch up with one of our advisors. So in the meantime, start saving and we'll talk to you next year. Thanks.